Charles may have only been in the job literally a matter of weeks, but even at his stage of his reign, he has to be told exactly what's best for the monarchy moving forward. And as I've told you before, he's developed a very close and, tight bond with his eldest son, the Prince of Wales, Prince William. This is because ultimately it's all going to fall to William in the future. So this particular story may shock you because, as ever, everything's not all what it seems when you read about it in the media. Let me explain. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London. Yes, the stories that, when you think about it, you see in the royal media are not necessarily the ones that really transcend, because of course we know that the monarchy are incredibly secretive. They operate at their own pace, and rightly so. A lot of people were saying, a while back, if you remember, when the bullying claims were put against the former royal known as Meghan Markle, the cable TV actress, they said, why would the monarch, should I say, not speed things up? But they do thorough investigations. They're very, very clear about the pace that they wish to work, and they reveal the only things that they wish to reveal to the public. But on this occasion, it's interesting to note that our brand new king, King Charles III, was advised to do this simply because this is the public mood. And as ever, let me explain. This really all centres upon the hardest working member of the British monarchy, the one that I truly admire, none other than the Princess Royal, Princess Anne. Whatever your thoughts about the monarchy, it cannot be disputed that she's truly a hard-working royal. Turns up, doesn't look for publicity, gives the support where she can, keeps in touch with all the charities and the associations that she's attached to. Everybody enjoys working with her because, yes, she's quite tough and she expects that back from you. But isn't that a nice thing to have? Now, this really all centres upon the fact that normally, in her particular position, she would not be allowed to become a Councillor of State. But as we've seen earlier this week, the removal of two former royals from those positions have meant that things have changed. Now, for a brief period way back in the 70s, Anne was also on that particular roster, but very quickly removed. But now, of course, in the 21st century, things have dramatically changed. But it's more really about public opinion. And this is exactly what I've been told by a very good and loyal close source. According to that source, when they were looking into this particular thorny topic, it's very difficult, isn't it? Because normally it wouldn't necessarily fall into the hands of Anne. But the public really do, say this is the person we want. And when they take these popularity polls of the British monarchy, very regularly Princess Anne tops the poll, seemingly because she doesn't get herself into any debacles, not looking for attention seeking, not looking for headlines. But when she's out and about, the public do turn out in their droves to support the causes because they know it's very keen on her and very keen, as I say, on the causes that she's dealing with. And King Charles was advised that this would be the best move, and I'm putting this in the kindest possible terms, for him to instruct the rest of the world that she will now become a Councillor of State alongside his brother, Prince Edward. These are two real popular choices with the great British public and the Commonwealth, let's not forget that. And I think what's interesting here is that Charles knew and has read those polls, and more importantly, got the mood of the nation on his many travels over the last few weeks. Lots of people congratulating him on his sister Anne for her stoic work regarding, of course, the funeral of our late and wonderful monarch. So it would be very curlish and, more importantly, foolish if he had not made Anne a Councillor of State, which is great news because now we will get to see more of her and Prince Edward as they deputise for the king if he's in another country, simply busy, or sadly if he's taken ill. And as for Harry and Meghan, as we said before, it's a very telling moment, isn't it, for them to learn that they are seemingly not needed, not wanted, and certainly not going to be asked back as they had hoped, according to a good source. As for Princess Anne, I think we should all congratulate her and thank her as ever for her ongoing hard work, but more importantly, the hard work that will ensue moving forward as King Charles shapes his reign and his monarchy. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.